By all accounts, President Biden will announce his re-election bid as early as tomorrow. You can see a beautiful view of the White House there. New NBC poll shows 70% of Americans wish he wouldn't. 69% say that's because of his age. To be fair, 60% say they wish Donald Trump wouldn't run either. The announcement by President Biden probably won't do anything to dissuade the age issue. Reportedly, he's going to announce by videotape. Congressman Brad Sherman's here, Democrat of California, House Foreign Affairs Committee. Why do you think America is so unhappy with even the idea, and this is a lot of Democrats who are unhappy with the idea of President Biden running again?
You know, everybody might have their favorite and wish, oh, this one or that one would be our candidate. But the fact is, whenever you compare Biden in a poll of Democrats to any one of the other possibilities,
fair enough,
Biden is way up ahead.
He is way up. RFK Jr., Robert Kennedy Jr., who admittedly has some fairly serious questions in his past and about his beliefs, he polls at 14%. Is the White House, are Democrats scared enough or thoughtful enough of the concept of a primary challenge that may not beat Joe Biden, as you point out, but would wound him in the way it did Jimmy Carter?
I don't think there's going to be a serious primary challenge. I think Kennedy Jr. is the name Kennedy. I think that will fade. Certainly as people learn his anti-vax background, I don't think there's a contest here. I think Biden is our candidate.
All right. Well, so that gets us now to the general election. Niall Stanage headline, 5 questions about the re-election launches from our partners at The Hill. How much enthusiasm can he generate? How hard will he hit the campaign trail? Will any primary challenge attraction at all? You already answered that. How much does it matter who his opponent is? How much will the economy help or hurt him? I want to focus on number 4. How much does it matter who his opponent is? It feels like the White House is planning for Donald Trump. Do you think that Democrats would be wise to plan for the potential of running against somebody other than Donald Trump?
You have to have plans to run against
everybody. But do you feel like they do?
I'm sure they're doing opposition research in Florida right now. They're probably even doing opposition research in Indiana.
Indiana being Mike Pence, who he had on the show earlier. Mike Pence talked about the issue that has been brought up most recently about that letter written by the 51 former intelligence chiefs. This is during the 2020 campaign about Hunter Biden's laptop being Russian disinformation. We now know that it was not. It was real. Here's the former vice president. Take a listen.
While allies in the media were suppressing this story, and while big tech was literally censoring the story, the fact that he stood up and just referred to this letter as though it had been spontaneously generated by people with significant backgrounds in intelligence, it's the kind of thing that the American people have had enough of in politics.
Does it bother you that our current Secretary of State, the man representing America around the world, was involved in a dirty trick that they knew wasn't true?
I don't know what they knew at the time. I wouldn't call it a dirty trick. You had 51 experts who thought that this was indeed a Russian.
Well, that was because the Biden administration was saying that at the time the Biden campaign was saying this laptop wasn't real, and having Blinken call around and get these signatures. All Joe Biden had to do was call his son. I mean, we can all agree that they knew the laptop was real, and they made a political move.
You don't know what's on the laptop. Even if you know the laptop is real, you don't know what files on it are real, what files are not real. We're seeing adulterated documents. You have this recent leak out of Massachusetts with the 21-year-old gamer, and some of it's real and some of it's doctored. So I don't know what's real and not real. God knows they didn't know.
But it doesn't bother you at all that a man who's now the Secretary of State would have been involved? He clearly was. Mike Morell's not a liar. He testified under oath to this, that he talked to Anthony Blinken about putting this letter together, that Blinken was organizing something that's now come out to be disinformation itself.
Well, I think it was obvious to everybody that somebody who was pro-Biden organized that letter, and that Blinken was playing a role in the campaign to reach out to the foreign policy community. And it turns out that some of what's on this laptop was true. Maybe all of it's true. We'll have to see.
You just said we'll have to see, which we will. 2020 campaign is going to be different. Hunter Biden, there won't be suppression of the stories about him that there was the way in 2020. Are Democrats worried at all about the Hunter Biden factor going forward?
I think that's built in. Jimmy Carter's brother wasn't the best face for the Jimmy Carter presidency.
Bill Clinton's brother was not either?
No. And that being said, you don't you vote for a president. You don't vote for the president's relatives.
Yeah, we said it earlier, which was the one thing that has not happened, and I know House Democrats have pointed this out, is for as much linking as Republicans have done from Hunter Biden to Joe Biden, it's been by last name. The smoking gun link just has not come out yet.
Look, they're father and son.
Right.
And I think if Hunter Biden was our candidate, we would lose.
And if Joe Biden is your candidate, you will win, in your opinion?
I think we will win. And if the other side nominates Trump, that's bad for the country. It exposes the country to a grave risk, but it makes it easier for Biden to win.
What does it say, though? And I go back to this. What does it say, though, that the country really isn't happy with this rematch? If we go back to where we started, 70% don't want President Biden to run again. That includes a lot of Democrats.
Yeah. And look, 70% of the people in the country don't want the Dodgers to win the World Series because they all have their own team. But frankly, if it's the Dodgers against the Yankees, America's going to root for the Dodgers.
Spoken like a man from California. Congressman, it's good to see you.
Good to be with you.
Welcome in. Thank you very much. More with Mike Pence. Why he will talk tough about Donald Trump in private but not in public. Can Pence win the White House without taking off the gloves?